What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips on how you can turn this terrible little wooden shack thing, I don't even know what to call this, it's terrible, into this. This is a much nicer house because honestly I'm tired of seeing this shack all over YouTube, all over online. It's terrible. Every live stream I go to, it's on there, and I'd much rather be seeing something like this. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so let's get right into this, and let's start off with the foundation. So as you can see on this one here, we have mudstone brick, this block right here. This block is a perfect texture for like foundation, something like this under the ground. It makes it look a little bit more built up, and generally it just looks a lot nicer than just having dirt like this. So let's go ahead and do that. So here's a good example of a foundation that I made. All you really need is mudstone, and what I did was I placed it down obviously, and then I got, where's the paintbrush? I got a paintbrush and I painted it gray, and that gives it kind of the stone look, and it's a lot better stone texture than I think that is. And yeah, it gives it a nice look and feel, and it makes it feel a little bit more sturdy, you know. So now we're gonna move on to our actual shape of the build, and we're just gonna build the shape in Dynasty wood first. Making it uneven gives it a lot better shape than just building it straight up and down. So definitely have, I start off with 2 boxes, definitely have 2, and then you can work your way up, maybe go into 3, and then now we're going to start adding the actual shape, like doors and stuff like that. Okay, so now we have the skeleton of our build, and what we're going to do next is we're going to go in and we're going to texture it. So what I use to texture it is I will get living leaf wand, and I'll place some of these in throughout, and then I'll place normal wood blocks. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to paint all of these Dynasty wood to brown. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And now our build has a much better texture than it would if it was just normal wood, like as you can see over here. Much better texture. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in the walls. So for the walls of this house, I'm going to use a combination of boreal wood walls and normal wood walls, and it should give it a nice looking texture. The boreal wood walls are going to be the outline kind of, and then on the inside we're going to have normal wood walls. So one last thing we're going to do before we make the roof and start decorating the interior is we're going to paint these boreal wood walls to brown, so they have a little bit more of a darker shade of brown, and they match more of the inside color of brown. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the roof here. So what we're going to do is on little ledges like this, unless you want to add a balcony, you can add small little roofs, only 2 tall, extending out like this. And that just gives it a nicer look than leaving it kind of just blank right there. And also one other thing you can do is you can get mudstone, replace some of these blocks, and then you can paint them gray, and that just gives it a little bit more texture to the roof, makes it look a lot better. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add this next part of the roof right here, the big section. Now I'm gonna stop the roof right about here, because if I were to go too tall, then it'd look bad. It'd be a really big roof. There'd be a huge dark spot in the middle. And I kind of did the same thing over here, not too tall, but it works with the size of the room that we have the roof on. So for this one, it's a longer room, so we don't need as tall of a roof. And one other thing you can do is add a chimney. Chimneys can change the way buildings look so much. Like without the chimney, this would look not the best, but with the chimney, it changes how it looks so much. For right now, we're just going to place this fireplace right here, and we can figure out where we're going to move it from then. Alright, so now that we have the general shape of this all built out, I'm going to go over just a few steps that I went through to create this. So first off, for your interiors, you're going to want to have multiple walls, whether that's like a baseline wall and then the same wall like throughout, or like this where you have a border going around the exterior of the room and then the inside is different. So another thing you can do for your builds is to have a roof that is a different block. This helps to break up the roof from the actual build itself, and it looks so much better too. So now that we have the shape built, let's start with the interior. First off, you're going to want maybe a bed or some chests, so I'm going to go and get that, and then we can start putting that stuff in. So one last thing before we go into the interior, one more tip is to add windows. Windows make the build look so much better. It's so worth it. They're really easy to make. All you need is glass. You can turn into walls, and you can do a lot of cool stuff with them. So here is just some basic window designs you can add. I did a similar thing over on this build too, and they look a lot better. Okay, so now we're gonna start adding the decoration interior pieces. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place a bed over here, and I'm also going to move this this fireplace probably right here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our, oh, I don't have stone. Oh, oops, I need to go get some stone. I'm gonna add the fireplace wall right here, so that just it makes it look more immersive. It makes it look like an actual fireplace, like it's meant to be there. It's actually a part of the house. We're also gonna add a mannequin right here. Now you can leave this mannequin plain, or you can actually add items to him. If you do, it does add a lot more color to the build. Also, another good tip that I've learned is to add elevated chests. So something kind of similar to this you can do. Instead of just placing chests on the floor, you can put them on shelves like you'd actually put literal storage, and it makes it look a lot better. And you're using your space a lot more efficiently than you would normally if you were just placing it on the ground. One other thing is don't rush the interior of your build. If you don't like something, change it, move it, add something else. So like in this case, I had the weapon rack or trophy thing right here. I'm thinking I'm gonna change this to a chandelier because this room is actually pretty dark. So yeah, don't rush your interiors. So here is the finished interior of the house. I think it's pretty good. There's definitely some things that you could change. Maybe you could add something right here, but for what I'm doing, I think this is pretty good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and yeah, I'll see you guys all later. Sorry if this video seemed a little bit rushed. I didn't have a video idea, but I thought I might as well just give you guys some tips on building. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later. Take care.